Hello, I'm Bill Burgess. I'm here on behalf of Group 7, the Barney Masterson Inn of Court, to speak with you about trial attorneys breaking bad habits in closing argument, that is. Breaking bad habits is not easy, and one of the hardest things in the world is telling a trial attorney that his or her closing argument style positively stinks. You've got that right. Most trial attorneys think they're God's gift to the court system, and that the divine greatness of their oratorical skills is all they need to win a case, no matter what the evidence is, and that everyone in the courtroom should applaud them when they make one of their always brilliant closing arguments.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that concludes my closing argument. I look forward to receiving a just verdict for my client.
The truth is, a lot of these folks do things in their closing arguments that can set the judge and jury against them without them even realizing it. And by doing these things, they set a bad example for younger trial attorneys who are still developing their professional skills. So, the members of Barney Masterson Inn of Court Group 7 have made a list of some of the worst habits in closing, which I'd like to share with all you trial attorneys, if I may, so that you'll cut it out and stop annoying normal people of average sensibilities. Now, before we begin, you know the truth is going to hurt. And if you're a trial attorney with especially thin skin, it's probably going to hurt a lot. Above all, be sincere. Jurors can smell insincerity a mile away, and they'll hate you for it.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna cut it to you straight here, okay?
Always treat with utmost respect and do not make personal attacks on opposing counsel. Make sure your cell phone is shut off, and if it isn't, don't answer it if it rings.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, oh, hold on. Oh yeah, it's going great. This is such a good closing argument.
Dress appropriately and stand up straight. You don't want the jury to think you're a slob or a slouch, even if you really are. Have a coherent theme and an organized delivery. Don't babble or act like you're distracted.
Mr. and Mrs. I Like to Party decided. Mr. and Mrs. I Like to Party decided that
Don't annoy the judge and jury by looking down at the lectern and reading your closing argument. And especially don't do it using a slow, monotonous, or mumbling voice.
Mr. and Mrs. I Like to Party decided they were going to host the best party ever for July 4th, 2016 at their home, the 4th of July bash.
Use correct grammar. Most people still want to believe that lawyers are literate, moderately intelligent people.
So, these guys don't really understand any of this stuff like we lawyers do. I mean, we lawyers understand these things, you know, like perfectly. You wouldn't even understand it. It's because of you little people, you know.
Don't address the jury individually by name.
Megan Roach, you're going to give me the verdict that I want, aren't you?
Don't use cuss words. If you do, the jury will know that you have no class at all.
Don't believe anything that little over there has to say to you. This is complete, utter bullshit. And if any of you are so stupid as to believe this, it would be unbelievable to take in any of that bullshit.
If you're going to use exhibits, don't use them in a way that blocks the judge's view. Don't talk down to the jurors.
Let me make this easy for you little people who aren't going to be able to understand.
Always practice good personal hygiene, and if you don't, try not to get close enough to the jury that they can smell you. Always bring a handkerchief to the lectern to use when appropriate.
And the Mr. I Like to Mr. I Like to Party said,
don't pull stupid stunts, like playing dead. Don't chew gum.
Yeah, well, you know this case. It's about that drowning, and
don't chew gum and swear.
So let me tell you about that little over there.
Don't point guns at the jury.
He shot him. Bang, bang.
Don't come off like some kind of colossal egomaniac.
Let's face it, you all know that I'm a great lawyer.
Just get to the point. The jurors have sat through the whole trial, and each of them probably knows much more than you do which way the verdict is headed. A long-talking lawyer is like an ill-tuned cymbal, and jurors will just stop listening. That's all for today, but if you're a trial lawyer and you follow this advice, you'll have a better chance of connecting with the jury, not getting reprimanded by the judges so often, and getting fewer letters from the bar about your fitness to practice law. Thank you, on behalf of Group 7, the Barney Masterson Inn of Court, for watching this very important public service message about not screwing up closing argument. Thanks for watching.
Ha!